Hello everyone and welcome to this webinar. My name is Laura and today I will show you our amazing renewed number object. But before we start, I would like to say that I hope you're all doing well. These are crazy times, but let's stay positive and let's hope that we can see our friends, family and colleagues soon. But so what do I have for you today? So first of all, I will tell you more about the new things in the number object. Next to that, I will also show you in Camelayo so you can see it for yourself and so that you know how to do it. And last but not least, I will give a brief recap of why you should use a number object in your dashboard, like the use cases you can use it for. So what is new in the number object? I think first of all, our colleagues or our development team did a really great job, because now you can really fully customize the layout of your number object. You can really have full control over the alignment and the positioning over the different pieces of the puzzle, let's say. Next to that, you also have a full control over the font size of the number and the size of the title as well. So you can really fix it so it won't change anymore depending on the size of your number object. Next to that, when you have added an evolution to the number chart, you can also play around with some new settings over there. And of course, last but not least, you can also add new things like emojis or icons, which makes it extra fun to work with the number object, and you can really customize it to your needs and as you desire. So I hope you're all excited to see what you can do and how you can do it. So let's go to Camelayo and let's get started. So I already made an empty dashboard with a title, but first of all, of course, we need to add the number object into the dashboard, which you can really easily do by drag and drop or by clicking on it. Next to that, of course, you also need to add data to it, because otherwise you won't see much, I'm afraid. So I go for a data set containing information about deals, and what I want to display in my number object is how many deals I have today. First of all, I would also like to tell you that I will really slowly build up the number object and show you the possibilities step by step. And so make sure to keep on watching. So what I do is I take one of my columns. I don't want to see the sum of the IDs, but I really want to count the number of deals I have. So I'm going to change the aggregation to count. And here you also have already some basic settings, let's say, which you can change in every chart for the measurement slot. You can of course also change your title, and I'm gonna change it to number of deals, let's say. There you have it. So these are the basics. We do have a number, we do have a title in our number object, but let's see what else we can do, right? So let's go to the settings. Of course, you can also choose to add a subtitle, yes or no. For now, I will just leave it out, but I will put it back later on. You can also choose some different alignments if you want to do it left, right, on top or at the bottom. It's really as you wish. You can also change the color. Let's go for something purplish. There you go. And something new we have is a layout option. Before we worked with themes, but that's not the case anymore. Now you can really choose how to place the different pieces of the puzzle by clicking on it and really choose what you want to see. Since we only have like 2 items in our number object, we don't have a lot of options right now, but you will see that when I add new things to the object, the possibilities will increase and you will have more options to choose from. So what else do we have? We also have a tab font sizes, where you can actually change the font of your number object and of your title as well. So when I play around with the size of the number object, you see that the number adapts to really fill the object, and the size of the title stays the same. What you can do now is actually create a fixed font size for the number as well. So you can just click on the numbers and change it like that, or you can also just click the arrows to change it. There you go, and you will see that if I play around with the size now, the number don't adapt, it just stays the same because we really put a fixed font size, so it won't adapt anymore. If you want to have that again, you can just click on the reset button so it goes to the default situation again. So that's the thing for the font sizes. Now, of course, something new, we can also add an icon or an emoji, which I think is pretty cool, pretty amazing, because it makes the number object a little more playful. Let's say you can also choose how big you want it. You can make it very big or smaller. And by default, when you begin with it, you see that the emoji is actually next to the number and the title. It's like a third piece in the puzzle, let's say. But you can also choose to make it in line with the title. So you can choose it in the layout possibilities, and you see that there are a lot of more options right now. So when you make it in line with the title, it will look like this. So you see that the positioning of the emoji changes, and the size will also adapt to the size of the title. So this also means that if you change the font size of the title, the emoji will adapt with it. So pretty cool as well. And of course, in the layout, you just need to go through it, play around with the settings, see what you like, and just get to know all the possibilities and see what you like best. You can of course change the layout and at the same time also change the alignment, so you can really make it the way you want it. I'll go for this one. Then you can also of course add a subtitle. I will do that again. Number of deals, let's say total, because now it's total. But there is a very important thing we didn't do yet. What you can also do with the number object is of course add an evolution part. So let's go for that. To the data again, here you have it. And what you can actually do is add a column containing date data to the evolution slot. What I want to see is the evolution in deals per day, so I'm gonna just take the date level, let's say, but you can of course also choose to put months, years or weeks in it, so you can see the evolution on that level. You see that the number over here adapted to 5. Why is that? That's actually because the number shown is actually the value of the last period. And the percentage next to it shows the evolution of that value from that last period compared to the previous period. So in this case, today I have 5 deals, and compared to yesterday, it's 400% more. And the graph underneath it actually shows the evolution of the values over the last 30 periods. So for me, it's the last 30 days. And each point in the graph is actually another line in your dataset, let's say. So now we added an evolution to the number object, and you see that we do have a new evolution tab over here. So when you open that, you see you have some small settings to also play around with, which are pretty cool. For example, you can choose to really fix the graph to the bottom and show it underneath the number. You can also choose if you want a line chart, or also have the area beneath it colored, and then you can also choose the opacity of the color. And then the way of displaying the line can also be more smooth by choosing monotone, for example. And this toggle on-off option here actually gives you the opportunity to say that lower is better, which means, for example, if it would have been better that the lower the deals, the better, then you can toggle it on and it would be green. In this case, it is red. But for me, I want to have more deals, so lower is not better for me. So I toggle it off again, and then you see that the percentage is green, because that's good that it goes up, let's say. So those are the settings for the evolution part. So what did I show you? Actually, I showed you that you can have a title, a subtitle, you can have an image or an icon as well, of course. I will show you right now. You can choose to have an icon, and you can also change the color of it. For example, same purplish. There you go. You can also adapt the size of that icon. Then you have some alignment options, and the number object color you can also change. And then in the layout option, you really have the possibilities to put the pieces of the puzzle together the way you desire, the way you want it. So it's really fully customizable. And here underneath the font sizes, you can change the fixed fonts, or you can put it again to default. And then you also have some evolution settings you can play around with. So these are all the new things. I think it's pretty amazing, but I will show you a small dashboard I made with some more options. Like here, you can really see that you can keep it clean as behind me, sorry, that way. You can keep it clean, you can give it more body to it, let's say, by giving the graph, and you can also add icons, emojis, you can choose to have a subtitle or not. You see, you can really play around with it, fully customize it and make it the way you want it. So I hope you learned a lot already, and I hope you also like the renewed number object, because I do for sure. So let's go back to my presentation. So when I think about a renewed number object, I think it's fully customizable. It's really extra value that it gives to the dashboard, and of course we also have extra value in the number object itself now. And it's of course next level, because there are so many possibilities. It's really amazing. You can really choose how to make the puzzle, how to fit all the pieces together. And also a nice thing to have is that if you have multiple objects next to each other, they can really be aligned, not depending on the size of the number object anymore. So that's pretty cool. Last but not least, some use cases for the number object. I already told you a little bit more about that during my examples in Camelayo. So the first thing you can do with the number object is really show a status for that given point in time. For my example, it was how many deals I have now. So you can give a number, title, subtitle, and an emoji or an icon. Secondly, you can also choose to add an evolution to the number object, which is huge value in my opinion. So you can really choose which periods you want to have, you want to see the evolution of. And you can of course also choose to have the graph, yes or no, and really display it in the way you like it. You can have the percentage, and then of course also have a title, a subtitle, an emoji or an icon. So that's it. I hope that you liked the webinar. If you still have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us, to Camelayo. So the email address is support@camel.io, and then we are more than happy to help you and to talk to you about this number object. If you like it, just give a thumbs up or leave a comment, and I hope that you will stay safe, and I hope to see you soon later on. Bye guys, and thanks for watching.